what the future is in general, maybe not just in the business, but in the market, in the industry, in the economy, in the world. I want you guys to see this because this is bigger than people think. Sometimes people see this business and they see, well, you saw all the product talk, right? You saw the product talk. And they say, yeah, that's just products and sales and getting people in. But they don't see the big picture behind it. This is huge. All right, this is huge. And here in Florida, you have a virgin market. All right, this is nothing to what this is going to be in the next 2 to 3 years. All right, this is nothing. This is going to be a leadership meeting in the next 2 to 3 years. All right, and I see that. All right, so what are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about business. All right, we're going to talk about what I call the best business opportunity in the world. I seriously think this is the best business opportunity in the world. The best, no doubt. Okay, before when I was raised in this, I'm a second generation in this business. My parents are actually double diamonds in the business. Okay, so I've always been around this. I know that the guests and the new people are here and they saw all the excitement and all the noise and they're like, what did I get into? But now imagine me, I grew up with all that noise and all the excitement my whole life. So to me, that was normal. To me, what was not normal is knowing that you have to go out there and get a job and like a desk job and just sit there. Like to me, that wasn't normal. To me, talking to people was normal. So I tell you this because sometimes what we're used to is what we think is normal just because that's what we're used to. That's what we've always seen. Like most of my friends outside of the business, for them, what's normal is having a dad that's a high executive, that's a traditional business owner, and that's what's normal to them. So that's why when they see this, they're like, nah, that's not a business. Because it's not normal, and that's normal, that when you see something different, it won't be normal for you. I use an example that my dad always uses. If there's a town where all you see is donkeys, and just donkeys and donkeys and donkeys and donkeys, everybody has a donkey, and one guy just comes in with a big horse, they'll be like, that's an ugly and big donkey. And I love using that example. And I love using that example because it's true. So for me, that was normal. For me, what was normal was having my parents always at the lunch table with us. When we came home from school, they were always there. We were always eating together. That was normal. When I went to high school and I started going to my friend's house after school, that's when I saw that out there, that's not normal. Out there, the dads would come in running, eat fast, and all right, bye, kiss on the head, and just leave. If they went home. Some of them wouldn't even go home. And that's when I started noticing, wow, this is what the lifestyle what I grew up with isn't the normal lifestyle out there. So I'm telling you this because this, for me, is normal. And even though it was normal, I would tell my dad, you know what, Dad, I'm not going to do that business. I would go to all the events. I liked it. But I just said, no, I want to be a big, major corporation owner. I wanted to have a big company, whatever. But then when I noticed how those owners lived, yeah, they have a lot of money, but they don't live the lifestyle I wanted. They don't live the lifestyle I saw my parents had. All right? In Dominican Republic, a lot of my friends, their dads are owners or grandfathers or founders and owners of big corporations. For example, one friend, his parents are his grandfather is the founder and president of Presidente Beer. That's like the Heineken of Dominican Republic. Like they just sold it to Heineken for $2 billion. And thanks to the business, these are my friends. Like my parents have elevated our family name and lifestyle to another level thanks to this business. To that level. Okay? So and here's the good part. Most people would love to be that guy, the president of that company, a $2 billion company. Wow. But then these guys say, the kids, they say, no, we don't. That's why the grandfather's selling it, because the grandchildren don't want to get into that. Because they're not willing to put that effort. They're not willing to take that stress. This guy is over 80 years old, and he has to wake up at 6 in the morning, and he's the last one out because it's his business. He has to be there at 80 years old. So all of his life's work leads to him still working at 80 years old, 6 in the morning. Now he has to take it more seriously than ever. And now he has to sell it and just lose his legacy. My other friend, he got in the business. His dad is the owner of Rica, which is a milk. What's a big milk here? All right, so imagine the owners of DG Lee, all right, or Tropicana, because these guys, all right, they have like a monopoly in milk and juice. So imagine one owner of Tropicana and DG Lee, right? All right, so imagine that. All right, so what happens? I was showing him the plan. he saw it. He loved it. He started going to my house at 10 in the morning on a Tuesday. He would see my dad just sitting there, with his gym clothes on, just chill, relax. And he would look at that. He would say, impossible. Can't be. How is he living like this? So he told me, Theo, this is the thing. I want to do this business. He's a new 25%. He's 20 years old. All right, new 25%. He tells me, Theo, my grandfather has a lot of money. All right, and we're the ones that enjoy the money that he created. But the thing is that he's, again, same thing, over 70, 80 years old, and he has to wake up at 6, 7 in the morning, go to his major corporation, and be at his business. 70 years old. And he's the president. So my friend's dad is the vice president and the future president. And he tells me, and my dad is on the same road. And then he tells me, and I'm the only one that they see with potential to take the business to the next level. So then I have to take that same road. And he doesn't want that. He doesn't want to work till he's 80. He wants to live the lifestyle. He wants to actually enjoy his money. So that's why I tell you, this is the best business opportunity in the world, even though some of you won't see it. There's people who see this and they say, you know what? Yeah, it's good. I might do it. I might not do it. It's all right. Maybe it's not good for you. I don't know. But some people here are going to see it. Hopefully you'll see it. If you see it, you won't sleep tonight. You won't sleep tonight. Because when I tell you that because I was around the business since I was 5. I've been going to events all my life. When I lived here in Orlando, I came to the events. When I lived in Tampa, I went to some events. All my life, I've been coming around. But a year and 7 months ago is when I saw it. That's when I saw it. People tell me, oh, I know that business. I tell them, you don't know this business. Because I've been around it for 21 years of my life, and I saw it at 22. So the idea is, hopefully you'll see it. Hopefully. All right? So best business opportunity in the world. What's happening nowadays? Nowadays, things are changing. The only sure thing is change. The only sure thing is change. And times are changing. Has everybody noticed that? Have you noticed that times are changing? Things aren't the same? All right? The economy is changing. Right now, we're in crisis, right? There's a big economic crisis. Now, what do I say? I've always said that an economic crisis is simply transition. A crisis is transition from the industrial age to the information age. We're in transition. Things are changing, so that's why there's an economic crisis. But if you ask Bill Gates, is he in crisis? I doubt it. If you ask Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook, is he in crisis? I doubt it. These guys are in their best moments, but why? Because they're positioned in the information age. They're not in transition. Are you understanding this? Now, what are we doing to actually get into the information age? That's where everything is. What do I see? I understand that if we're in transition, sooner or later that transition is going to stop and it's going to already finish. What are you going to do when it's finished? When jobs aren't like the way they are now, where businesses won't be running the way they are now. Most of my friends, I show them this business, and they're like, no, for me to have a business, I have to have, a spot where I rent it or I buy it or whatever. I have to have employees. I have to have this and that. And I tell them, come on, you're young. You're supposed to notice that things are changing. That's not a business anymore. Because that generates a lot of costs. And you have less margin to make profit. Yet, in the information age, the idea of business is less cost and more margin to make profit. If you start a home-based business, what are your costs? Your same living costs. And this is a home-based business. A great home-based business. Where you have the idea, you have the platform, you don't need a lot of money, you don't need a lot of time. What else do you want? If you go out there and you ask someone, if you can start a business, and I already gave you the idea, an idea that works, it's not, let's see if this works, an idea that's been working for 53 years. If I told you you had to invest practically no money, if I told you you didn't need a lot of time so you don't have to leave your job, you don't have to leave anything, you just start doing this part-time in the information age, not a traditional business, who would say no to that? That's a great way to contact people. Who would say no to that? It's common sense, and everybody now is looking for an opportunity. Okay? So get into the information age, and this is an information age business. Another thing, nowadays, the people that make money in the world create networks. It's good for you to understand that. Create networks. All right? A long time ago, back in the day, the person who had the most money was the person with the most land, the most cows, the most all of that stuff. Then things changed. The Industrial Revolution happened. Then it was mass production. Lots of employees, big factories. Then that changed. Then, if you notice, about 7 years ago, Walmart was the richest company in the world. And they didn't manufacture anything. They distributed. So it was the person who distributed the most that made the most money. But now it's not that either. Networks. Communication networks. What is the value of a cell phone without the network? What value does a cell phone have without the network? Nothing. The value is in the networks. Okay? The richest young person in the world, Mark Zuckerberg. Facebook. A social network. What value does that internet site have without the users that use it? Without the network of users? Nothing. So what does that tell me? In the networks, that's where the money is nowadays. Here, we're going to use a business model that uses networks, that shows you how you can make money with networks. All right? And this business model is network marketing. The industry is called network marketing. It's been around for over 50 years. In an industry, it's short. It's relatively short. Okay? And it's growing a lot. Now is the day to do this type of business. Okay? When I sit down and show someone the business presentation, they're like, oh yeah, you want to convince me. I tell them, I don't want to convince you. I'm simply presenting an opportunity. You either take it or you don't. Tomorrow I'll be with someone else. Later this afternoon, I'll be with someone else. Okay? All right. And nowadays, financial experts are talking about the industry. When my parents started this, nobody talked about this. If people find this weird now, imagine 18 years ago. Imagine 18 years ago. When my parents, there was no internet, there was no finding information about it, there was no books about it, there was nothing. It was people acting on belief. And I don't know what kind of belief, because honestly, I don't think I would have done it. So I really admire my parents for that, and most of the people that started back then, I think Dan Stevens also started back then, right? But nowadays, you have books, you have courses, you have everything. I mean, you have Robert Kiyosaki, a financial guru. He wrote Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and he has 2 books on this industry. One is called The Business of the 21st Century. I recommend it. I recommend it 100%. He gives you great stuff in there. The Business of the 21st Century. And the other one is The Business School, or School of Business. In Spanish, it's Escuela de Negocio, so I'm guessing it's School of Business. All right? Great books on the industry where he talks about how this is the perfect business. Him, not me. You have Paul Zane Pilzer. Paul Zane Pilzer won the Nobel Prize in economy. I mean, I think he's a person with credibility enough to actually listen to him. He wrote a book to predicting the crisis. He advised financially 2 different presidential administrations here in the U.S. This guy knows what he's talking about. And he says that from this industry is where the next wave of millionaires is coming. That's what he says, not me. All right, Warren Buffett. Does everyone know who Warren Buffett is? All right, when it comes to investment, this guy knows what he's talking about. He knows what he's doing. Where he invests, everybody invests. All right, he's invested in 3 different companies in this industry. And he says, and you can look for it online, it's the best investment I've ever made. He says it, not me. And I can keep going and going. Citigroup. Does everybody know what Citigroup is? They have a network marketing company. Donald Trump. Does everyone know who Donald Trump is? He has a network marketing company called Trump Networks. And I can go on and on and on. Everybody with credibility is getting into this. Yet tomorrow, you might go out there, talk to someone who has no credibility, and they'll say, oh, you're going to believe that. What I say is, all right, sit with me. I go to Google, I search Donald Trump, I search Robert Kiyosaki, and I tell them, okay, so what's your name again? You know? Okay, so all right, let's say that you saw the industry, you say, you know what, I like this. I like this. Even if you're already inside of it, let's say I say you should always renew and always start from the beginning, even if you've been here for 10 years. All right, there's always the perfect moment to just get it going. All right, so let's say it's you. You start your home-based business. You got the platform, you have everything. A corporate support and training for IBOs. Amway is always there helping 100%. All right? Over $33 billion paid in bonuses and incentives worldwide since 1959. And they've never missed a check. That, for me, is important. A company that has 53 years and has never missed one check, that shows how their principles are, how good their values are. They've never missed a check in 53 years. I mean, you know how many mishaps can happen? But they've never had one? To me, that's awesome. Now, the benefits of the business. Why would one do the business? Why would I do the business? All right, why would I do the business? Individuals and couples that become IBOs find that there are many benefits to building the business. What benefits? Number one, the ability to build a family business where second generation and third generations can and already do participate. I'm the perfect example for that. I'm second generation and I'm participating. Okay? The ability to obtain incomes that can complement, substitute, and sometimes even exceed current incomes. That's awesome. How part-time you can build an income that can supplement or exceed your current 9-to-5 income. Part-time, that's an awesome benefit. Okay, flexible schedules that allow them to do the things they want to do. We have, since it's your business, you do whatever you want to do when you want to do it. Flexible. You don't have a boss after you telling you, no, you have to be here at 6. No, you can't leave till 5. No, actually, I need you till 7 tonight. You can't leave till then. Or a traditional business where you have to be there till it closes, no matter what, to make sure things are happening. Okay, the satisfaction of building a better life for their families and themselves, a better life. The opportunity to help others build successful businesses. That's one thing I loved as soon as I got into the business. Because I said, out there, if one person becomes successful in a business, that's them. But what about their friends? You know, the most you can do is maybe offer them a job. Not here. Here you can be successful and help your team, friends, be successful. And me and my young guys, we talk about it all the time. Wow, you imagine all of us diamonds and making a lot of money, traveling the world together? It's not me traveling alone, it's traveling the world together, helping people. So now, my mom says, this isn't only a business. This is a life purpose. This is a way of living. I'm helping people live a better lifestyle. Because of my mom, people are eating today. Because of my dad, people are spending more time with their children. I mean, that's amazing. Be successful helping others. That's one thing I've only seen here. I've never seen that out there. All right? As you build your business, rewards continue. All right? You can get motivating cash bonuses. Amway sends bonuses. Aside from what you make monthly, they send you performance bonuses. Okay? They've paid over $4 billion in North America throughout the last 10 years. $4 billion. Guys, 1 billion seconds is 33 years. They've paid over $4 billion in bonuses. Aside from the $33 billion they've paid since they've been working. All right? Educational and gratifying business conferences. You get conferences free. Who doesn't like a free trip? Luxury business meetings in world-class destinations like Hawaii, like wherever. This business allows you to travel. And you're going to hear that a lot. Okay? Now where do you come in? Where do you come in? All right, we already have the company we're going to partner with, right? We understand all the benefits they have, what I can start with them. Now I'm starting my business. What do I have to do? Number one, define your why. Know why you're doing this. No one does something just because. No one does something just because. You know, you need to have a why. You need to know why you're doing this. Financial freedom. You know, desire of having your own business, not having to say yes or no to no one. Okay? More flexibility with your time. Control your time. Personal growth and development. We don't get much of that out there. Personal growth and development. Help other people. This is a way to help other people. And not just giving, but helping them build something. All right? Meet new people. This is a great way to meet new people. So expand your horizons. All right? Retire. My dad always says there's 2 ways of retiring. Because you're old or because you have money. All right? Leave an inheritance. Leave an inheritance. Leave something behind. Leave a legacy. Okay? Define your why. Know why you're doing this. This is the most important part. Because if I don't have a why and I'm not clear of why I'm doing something, there is no way I'm coming home tired from work and I'm going to go build a business. But if I know why I'm doing it, it doesn't matter how tired you are. You go and you build your business. It doesn't matter if I'm tired and I had a bad day at the office and everything happened and I come home, I know why I'm building this, and I know to get out of that job is that I'm doing this. I'm willing to drive 2-3 hours to wherever I have to drive to give a presentation. And I go to the presentation, they say no, and they didn't even show up or open the door, and I'm coming right back. But if I know my why, I said, perfect, one person less. But you have to know your why. You have to know why you're doing this. Whether it's for your family, for time with your family. Why are you doing this? Write that down. If not, you're not going to take this seriously. Me, I said, you know what? I'm not going to have a job when I graduate. That's my big why. I'm like a lazy person. You know, I've had to work on it for this business, to work hard so that I can live my life being a lazy person. You know, but that, just imagining, you know, me at an office, you know, having to go every morning, and I was like, nah, forget that. I was like, that was my why. I want to be independent, you know, not have to ask my parents for money all the time. And I wanted to not have to work a 9 to 5. That was my why, and I was clear about it. Now things have changed. Now when you start growing, you start seeing that your whys and your values start changing. And you'll see that. But for now, define a why you're going to do this. Okay? Have them clear. How do we have them clear? You're going to hear a lot, the dream. You know, you're going to hear people talking about a dream. You know, and one comes to this, and you're like, oh my God, a dream? Am I like 5 years old? You know, a dream? What are you talking about, a dream? A dream is simply your why. Why you're doing something. No one does something unless they have their dream or their why clear. Have a dream board. Put around your house the reasons you're doing this. Put around your house the reasons you're doing this. So that when you get up and you're not in the mood to do the business, but you see that why, you're like, nah, I got to do this. I can't quit now. Okay? Involve your family. This is super, super important. One thing my parents always did was involve us. Since I was small. They always involved us. They made the experience fun. A lot of times, as parents, one has to leave your house, not wanting to, leaving your kids alone, and you don't want to, but you're doing it for their future, to be with them for the rest of your life together. But you have to make it fun for them. If you're not making it fun for them and you're not involving them, they're just going to feel, yeah, this business and my parents are never with me. All right, what did my parents do? They would tell me, all right, get ready because we're going to leave for a presentation, but we're working towards going to Disney. It's simple, but for a little kid, that's, oh yeah, let's go. You know, so I would say, aren't you guys leaving to go give a presentation? Go, Disney, you know, and that makes it fun. You know, we would go back in the day to pick up the products. It wasn't online, so you had to go drive to the nearest, what do you call it, well, service center? Yeah, so we had to drive about 2 hours. We lived in New York. It was in New Jersey. My parents made it like a fun road trip for us. So we would go with snacks, and we would talk, we would have fun. We would stop by an outlet or something and look at some stuff. And over there, he would make me help him with the boxes and everything. He involved one. Like he made it fun for us. So I would always love to go to the service center. So involve your family, all right? And the third thing, dream building. This is something that naturally we're born doing, but with time, we start losing it. Little kids are always dream building. They're always imagining themselves as a soccer player, as a baseball player, as a basketball player, as the president, and they go into the mirror, and then they start giving a little speech. Or, you know, you're always dream building. We have to dream build. We have to go see the car we want. You know, I go with my group, and we go to the dealerships, and we see the cars that they all want. The guys, the dealers already know me. You know, they already know that when I'm coming with a group, I tell them, these are future buyers, man. You need these guys. You know, so dream build. You know, do that. All right. So the first thing, have your why clear. Do the dream boards. Involve your family. Make sure they have their whys clear. Why your kid's going to stay home at night while you're out giving the plan. You know, why is everything happening? All right. And the third thing, dream build. Now, number 2, strengthen your belief. This is the most important part of the business. Strengthen your belief. Why is this the most important part? Because this is where people stay. You're going to see later, the business is simple. How it works is simple. It's if you see it, you're like, yeah, that's logical, that's simple, I can do that. But with time, your belief is so fragile that anything can get you off the road and see it more complicated than it already is. You know, you see it complicated, and it's not. Okay? And that's because of your belief. Believe in the industry. Know that this is a working industry. I already talked about the industry. The corporation, it's a stable, great corporation that pays a lot of money. I already talked about that. Your support team, you're going to have people who invited you today, who have people who invited them, who have people who invited them, who have people who invited them, who have people who are very successful with this, and have people that invited them, that have people that invited them that are very successful with this, and they're all there, all of them, to help you. They want to help you. They want you to do good. Why? Because if you do good, they do good. If you make money, they make money. That business relationship I love, because out there, nobody wants to help you. If I have a donut shop, and Larry comes to me, Theo, you know what? I need your help. I want to put a donut shop right next to yours. Help me out. Yeah, he's going to get great advice from me, right? But here, they want to help you. And sometimes we get very stubborn, and we don't understand that because it's not normal. Remember about the donkeys? It's not normal. So you're not used to it. So you're like, no, I'm going to do it my way. This way is better. Let me just do it this way. But they want to help you. And imagine a son with a dad, because you know how a son always knows more than your dad? And like your dad tells you something, and you're like, yeah, whatever. And someone else tells you it, and you're like, yeah, that makes sense. And then your dad is probably behind you, he's like, I told you that, So imagine me with my dad telling me things, and I know he's a double diamond, he's successful with this, and I'm like, oh man, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. So one gets stubborn, and you don't understand that they want to help you. So when they tell you things, it's because they want to help you. As soon as I started listening to my dad, that's when things started happening. I don't know if that's coincidence or what it is, but that's when it started happening. So nowadays, my dad tells me, put on a blindfold and walk backwards, and I will put on a blindfold and walk backwards. I completely believe in my support team. I have complete 100% belief. Complete 100% belief. If they tell you something, they know why they're saying it. It might not make sense at the moment, but they know why they're telling you. And I've always said, all right, if I'm a 3% and my upline's a 6%, until I become a 6%, I have to listen to him. There's something that he knows more than me that I don't know. If not, I'd be a 6%. All right? If not, I'd be a 6%. If I'm a, for example, I'm a sapphire, my dad's a double diamond, there's a lot that he knows way more than me. So until I reach his level, I have to listen to him. Then if I reach his level and then he's still a double diamond, which I doubt it, then I'll go, you know what, Tim Foley, I'll look for Foley, I'll look for someone. But listen to your support team and have complete belief. And the fourth one, in you, have belief in you. Most people fall because they don't have belief in themselves. I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if it works for me. I don't know. I'm not sure. I see all these guys coming out, and I see this young one, 23 years old. I see a person 60 years old. I see a person who was broke. I see a person who was a business owner, and they still did this. I see all these people, but I just don't believe I can do it. You have to work on that. And that's where the next relationship comes in. Okay? So what do we have? We have events. We have opens. Once a week, we have a business open. Once a week, a business open. What do they do there? They show the business. They present the business. And what can we do? We can take guests over to see the business from people who have success with the business. What else do they see there? The guests go. Let's say I show someone the business. Why would I take them to the open meeting? Because I want them to see other people who are doing this. All the types of people. Professionals, not professionals, business owners, non-business owners, people who are Latino, people who are American, people who are African American. You want to see everything. You want them to see anyone can do this. I may be a lawyer, and the person that presented the business to me is not a lawyer. Why would they bring me? So I can meet a lawyer that's doing this business. Are you guys getting me? It's common sense, and it's association. It's association. This is your team. This is your team. We're out there daily, you're there on your own. And you're hearing things that you don't want to hear. And people are more against you than with you. But when you come here you see the people who are doing the same thing you're doing day in and day out. Here you see the people that you also know are receiving no's. Here you see the people that are also getting no-shows. Here you see the people that are doing what you're doing, presenting products. And you say, you know what? This is my kind of people. Always positive, always talking about great things. You need association. And you need to associate with the right people. And the right people is in here. Okay? When you see doctors, most doctors, who are their friends? Other doctors. When you see lawyers, most lawyers, who are their friends? Other lawyers. So it would make sense and logic that if you're in this business, most of your friends are in this business. The power of association is super important. So weekly, come to the open meeting, no matter what. I don't have a guest. It doesn't matter. You need it more than ever. That's when you need it the most. Yeah, but why would I have to be there to listen to the same thing? It's never the same thing. It's never the same. I doubt that what I'm saying is the same thing that the speaker from the last seminar said. I doubt it very much. Weekly, I doubt that they say the same things at every open. Do we understand what I'm saying? All right. So come to the weekly opens. Plus, I tell people, okay, are you willing to go once a week for your business for 1 hour and a half to a weekly opening to see the presentation? And they're like, I guess. And I'm like, okay, so you're willing to work for your boss, for a company that's not yours, 9 to 5, 5 days a week, but you can't go 1 hour for your business? And they're like, well, if you put it that way. No. Next, we have the seminars. This is a seminar. This helps strengthen your belief. You see someone else who did it, who has a different background, who comes from a different place, and you say, wow, but if he could do this, I could do this. If he could do this, I could do this. Diamond. Where you want to be is diamond enough to say, you know what, this is the lifestyle that's worth it. You want to meet diamonds. My dad told me that when he started the business, his brother was the one that showed him the business. He said, no. All right, perfect. Now show me who makes money with this. How do they live? My dad was willing to go from New York, 2 weeks, he was 2 weeks in the business, brand new, to Dominican Republic, because there were no Latin conventions here in the U.S. All right, they had a trip with their friends set up for Cancun, where my mom organized the trip with the friends. Imagine the people that organized it, willing to cancel that trip. They were willing to cancel that trip, pay the money that they had to pay to change everything, and go to that convention. Because my dad said, no, I want to meet the people that make money with this. So that's what it took to meet those people. My dad was an entrepreneur. I'll talk more about him later in the story part. My dad was an entrepreneur. He knows business. So he said, no, I'm willing to make the investment to see who makes money with this. How do they live? This, in the conventions, that's where you see who makes money with this and how they live and what they have to say. So don't miss your next convention. Super important. All right, we have the weekly opens, we have the seminars, conventions, but the thing is that's not what you have daily. You have one weekly, one monthly, and one every 4 months, 3 to 4 months. This is like a program that brings monthly books. Oh, here doesn't bring books, yeah? Well, books and CDs. Books and CDs. And that's where you learn daily. That's where you learn daily. That's where you keep your hype up. That's where you stay motivated. Okay? Here you're learning from people who have already done it and showing you how to do it. If Donald Trump comes and tells you, and you want to get in real estate, you want to make money in real estate, and he tells you, you know what? Come on, sit down with me for an hour, for 40 minutes, I'm going to teach you. How much would that be worth? This is what you have right here. This is priceless. You're going to have Dan Steven passing your experience right next to you, imaginary, invisible, in your car. He's going to be telling you. He's going to be teaching you. You're going to have Larry. You're going to have amazing guys teaching you what they did and how they did it. Isn't that worth it? Of course. And why not do it? And I decided, well, if I'm going to take this seriously, I'm going to get all the information I can. Everything. Most people, when they start a business, it's because they have some kind of prior knowledge of that. If I start a restaurant, maybe I was a chef. Maybe I worked in a restaurant. Maybe I was a part owner at a restaurant. I don't know, but you have some kind of background that leads to that. Here you have no background. So the training, what you have to learn, has to be more intense. Do you guys understand that? It has to be more intense. It's common sense. Most of the things in this business are common sense. Yet we decide to not go with it. My dad says common sense is sometimes the least used sense. So you're going to read books, you're going to listen to CDs to learn, to grow, on leadership, on how to talk. Some people can't say, oh, I can't talk up there. You say that now, but when you learn, when you start listening to CDs and you start having different things coming out of your mouth, you say, yeah, I could do that. And you even start liking it. Sometimes people don't like it. Oh, no, I'm not going to be on stage. And then they're the ones that are like, yeah, and this, and they're all excited. So things start changing. You start learning new things, right? And your line of sponsorship or support team, That's mega important. They want you to make money, so they want to tell you how to make money, right? So number 3, decide on doing this. Don't make a decision. Don't say, yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do that. If you say, I'm going to do that, and it's just a decision, then as soon as a window opens to quit and get out of it, if you say, yeah, I'll give it a try. Personally, sometimes people say, oh, I'll give it a try for a year. Personally, I don't believe in that. Because when you say, I'll give it a try, you're saying, yeah, as soon as the first obstacle comes, I'm out of that window. Because I said I would try it. You know, you don't try, you do or you don't do. Period. All right? All right. This, I don't try to put it on the floor. I either put it on the floor or I don't put it on the floor. There's no try. It depends on you. So don't try. Do this. Get into a trance. My dad says you have to get into a trance in this business. You have to say, you know what? I am in this. It's this and nothing else. You have to be like the racehorses where they have the blinds. Get into a trance. Yeah, are there going to be weddings on the way? There's going to be weddings, but your business goes first. There's going to be baby showers. There's going to be baby showers, but your business goes first. Sometimes we care more about someone's baby shower than our life, than our lifestyle, what we're going to live. I'm pretty sure there's going to be more baby showers. I'm pretty sure about that. There's going to be more weddings. Are you not going to go to the wedding? No. Just make sure that they know you'll be there after your business presentation, after your grand opening. You'll be there just after because you're working on your dream. I'm positive that most successful people miss a lot of baby showers, a lot of things that they would want to go to. I'm pretty sure that Warren Buffett missed a lot of stuff. Who here can be pretty sure about that? Because he was working his business. He was building his life. Okay? So get into a trance. Say, this is it. Everything else comes after. This is my priority. Am I gonna keep working? Yes. Am I gonna keep associating with my friends? Yes. But this is first. All right? Get into that trance. Decide on doing this thing. Okay? And number 4, action. Okay? So number 1, have your why clear. All right, I know why I'm doing this. I know why I'm doing this. Number 2, belief. You're going to learn about this, whatever it takes to build your belief. Number 3, you're going to make the decision. You know what? I am doing this. This isn't maybe. This isn't let's try. I am doing this, period. And number 4, action. Consistent action. Engage in consistent action. This is the number 1 thing, action. You can build your belief. You can have your why clear. You can make your decision. If you're not doing anything, it doesn't add up. Take action. And what's the action? Luckily, this is the simple part. You consume some sales, and you build your network. Did anyone not understand one of those 3 things? It's simple. What you have to do is simple. We complicate this more than it has to be. All right? First, consuming. Business tools. I started my business. I know I have to consume, sell, and build my network. Now, what do I need? What are my tools? All right, a list of what? Of people. The more, the better. I recommend when people start their business, at least 100 on your list. Okay, why? Because that's your raw material. In this business, your list is your raw material. People are your raw material. Now, what's the best thing about that raw material? It never finishes. It's renewable. It never finishes. It never finishes. I mean, the big oil tycoons, their raw material is finishing. They have to look for the next thing. Our raw material doesn't finish. I mean, I have guys in my group breaking new levels that when my dad started the business were 1 year old. I mean, today I have raw material being born. Do you understand what I'm talking about? So I'm building my business, but in 18 years, I'm going to have more raw material going into my business. People that you don't see as prospects now because they're 8 years old, in a couple of years, they're going to be prospects for your business. And you have to see that. And my parents did not imagine that. They did not know that kids 18 years old now, which weren't even born when they started, were going to be in their business. Because you think and you look at the business depending on the people you know. So you say, okay, so this depends on the people I know, and you focus on that, but you don't know that people are going to turn 18 tomorrow. And tomorrow they can build your business. And the day after too. And better yet, there's people that your people know that know people that you'll never know. So you're going to meet them. And there's people that those people know that know more people that you never knew. And you're going to meet them. And then you have people, and that keeps going and going. My strongest relationship with people in my business is with people that are like 10 people away that I would have never met if it weren't for this business. And I met them. So the list is super important. People is important. The most important part. Okay? If you don't have an agenda, if you're all unorganized, forget about it. You're not going to do good. I tell you this because I am the most unorganized person there is. If someone is unorganized, it's me. After I started doing my agenda, I would forget to put things on my agenda anyways. So that's been like the biggest struggle for me. But as soon as I got it going and I started the habit, that's been awesome. So get an agenda, whether it's on your cell phone. Now I have it on my cell phone. Whether it's in a physical agenda, whether it's on your computer. Get an agenda and work around your agenda. Set up, okay, I have to work or my business or whatever. I do it from at these times, or university at these times. I have these times free. These are my free hours. This is my time to build a business. So then when you set up dates, not dates, when you set up a meetings, you're doing it around your agenda. And you're organized. You know what you're doing and how you're doing it. Okay? So get an agenda. Business cards. What business can you have without business cards? Whether it's for a product, whether it's for the business in general, whether it's whatever. All right? And you need some key products. You need key products. Always around you. Don't wait till your people want to order online. People buy way easier and faster when you have it right there, when it's physical. So if you're waiting, we'll meet up for an online order. If I already have it in my cart, it's a cell I already have. All right, so always have key products around. The ones that the eye openers, the excess, the Nutrilite double X, the Slimetry. Have all that stuff around. All right, so consuming. First, you're going to consume. Get to know the product. You get to know the product. You can't sell something you don't know. Okay, product loyalty. Be loyal to the product. I was with my dad about 2 days ago, and we were talking, and he was telling me about how when he started the business, he saw this. He went home, and he threw everything out. Everything out. Yet you see people who get in, and they're like, I still have a little bit of this left. It's like around there. No, I'm going to wait till that finishes. And I'm going to wait. And I'm not saying to throw your stuff out, but I would personally throw my stuff out. Because that means you saw it. If you're not doing, if you're still waiting for the other product to finish, you haven't seen this. You don't understand how powerful this business is. If I just started a new Coke beverage or a new new cola or whatever, am I going to have? Well, I still have a pack of Coca-Cola that I bought a while back, so I'm still going to drink that before I start using my own beverage. Would I do that? Of course not. I would throw that out. And I would always use the cola beverage I invented or whatever. Okay? Sales. A lot, a little, doesn't matter. Depends on the person. And on how you see it. My biggest problem was that I hate sales. How many people are like me that don't like to sell? All right, a lot of you. Okay? I told my dad, I'm not going to be selling products. I'm not going to sell products, Dad. And my dad told me, well, to you, what is selling products? What is selling products? And if you notice, you don't even have like a response to that. This is just how you're programmed. It's amazing. And I'm like, I don't know. I just don't like selling products. But what sells to you? Selling. Selling. You don't even know how to explain it. You're like, and he gives me the example. So is selling products, you're going to have a big bag with products saying, I sell Amway products. And I'm like, no, I know it's not that. And he's like, then what is selling products to you? Is it going door to door? And I said, well, yeah, I guess kind of. And he was like, have you ever seen me go door to door? And I was like, no. All right, then. And I'm like, And my dad told me. First, he told me, all right, what his mom told him, my grandma, that a person who sells always has extra cash in their pockets. Learn that. A person that sells always has extra money in their pockets. You see people who are always selling stuff, they always have money in their pockets. Always. Okay? Second thing he told me, Robert Kiyosaki in his book, and my dad looked for it and he opened it. He says the first skill you need to have to build a business is sales. The first skill you need to have is sales. If not, you'll never be successful. All right? For example, if you see a lawyer, there's two lawyers. One likes to sell, the other one doesn't like to sell. The lawyer who doesn't like to sell sits at an office or goes to court working for the firm of the lawyer that likes to sell. That lawyer sells his firm. He doesn't work as a lawyer. I like ingeniería, engineering of building, houses and stuff, construction. Civil engineering. All right? So you're a civil engineer. You have two different ones. One doesn't like to sell. The other one likes to sell. The one who doesn't like to sell is going over to the construction site, is going over everywhere, and just working hard for the company of the one that likes to sell, who's probably on the golf course just closing deals. What's he doing? He's selling. So you have to sell to get ahead. All right? And let's do a quick thing. Who here likes to sell? All right, a few. Who here likes to buy? Everyone. So those people that like to sell are making money off the people who like to buy. You know, everybody buys. Everybody likes to buy. So what did my dad tell me? Theo, here, sales isn't sales. Why? Because all you're going to do is have the people in your circle, in your friend circle, or your family circle, support you. If I get a restaurant, who are the first people I'm going to invite to my restaurant? My friends, my family. You know, in college, in one of my entrepreneurship classes, the professor said, "Oh yeah, friends, family, and fools." And I was like, "What?" All right, here, not friends, family, and fools. Here, it's friends and family. And my dad said, "All right, if you have an uncle, if you have an aunt, if you have a brother-in-law, if you have friends from your basketball, if you have friends from college, friends from high school, and you tell them, I started my own business, I want you to try my stuff," would they not do it? Of course, they're going to try your stuff. It's your business, because they know that if they start a business, they're going to want you to be their client or their whatever too, right? So my dad told me, all right, so all you're going to do is go to all your friends and tell them to use your product, to try it. And that's not sales. That's Douglas, my friend. Hey, what's up, man? Try this. I just started a business. Try this. Buy it. What do you like? Do you like do you use deodorant? I'd like to think so. Do you use deodorant? Yeah. Try my deodorant. See if you like it. All right. Do you wash your hair? Yeah. Try my shampoo. See if you like it. All right. Do you use supplements? Yeah. Try my supplements. Do you drink an energy drink? Yeah. Try my energy drink. You know, that's not sales. That's my friend, and I'm telling him, try my stuff. And that's common sense, right? All right. So all you want to do is do that so you have 10, 15 to 20 loyal customers. After they try it, people who try these products don't stop using these products. People love the product. So then you have a network of people, not a network, a clientele that's always going to try, that's always going to keep buying your product. I have something called a Neutralite Health Hour, where I invite all my friends from sports, from wherever. We have an hour where it's all, sports nutrition, supplements, blah, blah, all that stuff. And we talk about it. And if you need this for your joints and stuff. My friend plays football. I tell him, are you taking care of your joints? Most people that play football end up with a lot of problems. So we do that kind of stuff. And it's fun. You're having fun with your friends. All right? One-on-one sale, that's the most common one. We already talked about that. All right? And building your network. This is where the business is. Building your network. All right? Contacting, meeting people, having a business card. Hey, you have a great attitude. You have a great personality. You can make a lot of money with what I'm doing. All right? Inviting. Let's meet up. Let's meet up and sit for 30 minutes, 45 minutes. Let me show you what I'm doing. It's not that hard. Is that hard? Is it hard to say, you know what, John? Let's meet up. I want to show you what I'm doing. Okay? Showing the plan. You show a plan. It can be anywhere. It could be in a cafe, at a Starbucks. It could be in someone's living room. It could be in your living room. Wherever. Outside of this hotel right now. But you have to always show the plan. All right? Make sure it's understandable. Don't try to give a seminar showing a plan. Don't try to use everything I said today to show a plan. People get tired of that. That's not even professional. Right? My plans are 25 to 30 minutes. It's this. Right? And become immune to what people say. You're going to hear, I don't like that for me. You're going to hear, that doesn't work. You're going to hear, that's a scam. You're going to hear a million things. But I understand. My dad always told me, Theo, if I understood it, someone else is going to understand it. If I saw that and I understood it, someone else is going to understand it. I'm not crazy. I understood it. I saw something. If you saw it, someone else is going to see it. My problem was that since I was raised in this and I know how this works, when I would show the plan to someone, they would say no. And I would look at them and I'd say, okay, this lifestyle, traveling, time and money, all this, you want this? Yes. This business offers that, but you don't want to do this. No. You didn't understand this. Come on. And I would show them again. Like for me, it was either they were in or they were in. You know, when my downlines would come to me, no, I showed him the business. He said no. He said no. Get me an appointment with him. I want to talk to him. You know, that's how I was, because I grew up in this. This is normal for me. This is logic. It's common sense. And then my dad told me, Theo, you have to understand that not everyone is going to understand. So I said, well, you know what? Okay. So I got immune. So what I do, all right, John, this is how it is. This. Are you interested? No, perfect. Check out my website. Check out my catalog. Thank you for everything. Next one. This is how it is. This, and this. Are you interested? No, perfect. Check out my website. Check out my catalog. Let me know if you need anything. Next one. Mike, this is how it is. This, and this. Are you interested? No, perfect. Check out my catalog. Check out this. Next one. John, how do you think this is? Are you interested? And that's it. You know? No, perfect. Check out my products. Next one. No, perfect. Check out my products. Next one. Yes, perfect. Welcome to the team. I'm going to help you. Let's get on this. Next one. No, perfect. Check out my products. Next one. That's it. It's not that hard. People, when they get into this business, they care too much about what other people think. You know, if I like this girl, and I come to Larry, and Larry tells me, that girl, I don't like her. Am I going to stop liking her because he didn't like her? That's even better for me. It's less competition, you know what I'm saying? You know? And then people come into this business, and they talk to someone, they liked it, they show someone the plan, and they say, nah, I didn't like that. And they get down, oh man, he didn't like it. Is this the right business for me? I don't know. Why am I doing this? That's not common sense. Are we understanding this? So show the business knowing that you saw something you loved and you saw something that you can build, and that's all that matters, what you want to do and what you want to build with this. Period. That's it. I don't care who says no, who says this is a scam, who says whatever. Guys, I'm the son of a double diamond and people still tell me, oh, you believe in that? And they, I mean, I heard a CD where Tim Foley gives a plan on his private jet, and they said no. You know, so that happens. It's normal. It's part of the business. It's part of the game. It's part of the game. All right, obstacles are going to come. Sometimes we want to just go out, drive, and have green lights the whole way. Is that going to happen? No, you're going to get flat tires. You're going to get red lights. You're going to get someone driving in your lane. It's part of the road. It's part of what has to happen. It's an obstacle. Okay? Follow up. You have to follow up. A lot of people mess up. They show a great plan, but they don't follow up. They let the people cool down. You got to get them on their boiling point. You got to get them when they're bubbling, when they're, oh, I could do this. I want to do this. If not, this is a very emotional business. If not, you might lose them. They might hear a couple of things, and they'll lose everything because they don't have the belief yet. The belief comes with the system. So you have to follow up before they get down. Get them on that system, and make sure they create that belief. Okay? Register the IBO. The point of every presentation is get someone registered. I always say, if I go to a presentation and that person didn't register or didn't set up another meeting, I don't have another date on my agenda from that meeting, if I didn't sell a product, that meeting was a waste of my time. A waste of my time. If I went to a meeting and they didn't buy a product, they didn't register, or they didn't give me a list of referrals or nothing, that was a waste of your time. You have to be productive. There's being active and there's being productive. Active is you're always doing something. You're always doing something. And you call someone and they're always, yeah, I'm here doing this, I'm here doing that, but they're not being productive. If they were, the results would show. You know, if I go to register someone, it's either register someone, get a product, or get a meeting. If not, that wasn't productive. You know that you're doing a productive action when someone's registered, or you sold a product, or you set up a meeting. Write those 3 things down. You sold a product, you registered someone, or you got another meeting. If you didn't do none of those things, you were not productive. Period. So register. Counseling. This is super important for us, for the new ones coming in, for everyone. Always counsel. Always ask your upline, how do I do this? Can I do this? What do you recommend? All right, so far I've done this. What can I get better? What can I do better? How can I work on this? Always ask. For me, this is normal because I live with my parents. They'll be in bed and I'll just go jump in. All right, so look, Mom, this is what I did, and now what can I do now? And my mom calls me the Amway fanatic. She's like, leave me alone. So stop being such a fanatic. And I'm like always in the bed, and she's like, oh man. It'll be like I'll get home from my presentations like at 1 a.m. and I'll just walk into their room. They're like sleeping and stuff. And I'm like, oh, wake up! I gotta tell you what happened. So always counsel. Always make sure you're doing the right things. If you see things aren't happening, you need counseling. Call your upline and tell them, you know what? Let's meet up. I need to see what I'm doing wrong, what I can do better. Common sense. Is all this not common sense? Yeah, like my dad says, sometimes it's the least used sense. All right, so let's use our common sense. Okay, become what we call a go-getter. In Dominican Republic, we call it un constructor, a builder. Become a builder. Become a go-getter. Someone who's actually doing what you have to do. When you're a go-getter, you're on the right track. What is a go-getter? You're generating at least 300 PV a month. At least 300 PV. If you don't have 300 PV, you're not creating a solid business. At least. And that's not even a lot of sales. That's decent sales. So if you say, you know what, I'm not a good salesperson, all right, then do your 300 PV. If you're a great salesperson, go for 600, 1,000. Go for 600, 1,000. It's not that much. If you have 15 clients buying from you, there's no way you're not going to be generating that kind of PV. No way. But you have to create your customer base. And you have to do that 300 PV. And guys, you guys have a lot of products that we do not have in the Dominican Republic. We don't have everything you have. Yet all of my young people do 300 PV. All of my professionals in the business do 300. Non-professionals do 300. Everyone in my group is doing 300 plus. Well, everyone who's doing it seriously. And those are the people I work with. Okay? And I'm going to show you when I show a projection why doing less than 300 PV doesn't build a solid business. All right? Now, 20 to 30 business presentations a month. Always presenting the business. This is the recommendation that they say to be a go-getter. I personally say that when you're a go-getter, you're giving so many business presentations, you can't keep count. You're not counting them. You're giving 2, 3, 4, 5 a day, whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. I'll be on my way to the beach. Someone calls me. I have a prospect here who's crazy about learning about the business. I'll go right back. That's me because I know what I'm building. I know why I'm doing this. So I'll tell my friends, you know what? I'm not going to the beach. I'll see you later. Open your business daily. What pizzeria do you know that does not open daily? What pizzeria says, well, today, let me open today. And then the next day, nah, I'm not going to do that today. I'm not going to open that. Yet here people want to open their business sometimes. This is daily. Every day you have to do something common. It's a business, common sense. Every day you have to either sell a product, show a presentation, do something every day. Something. At least one thing, but do something. Open your business daily. Okay, become a go-getter. All right? You're going to hear no's. You're going to hear, oh, no, are you going to believe in that? Seriously, you're doing that? Seriously? You've been there for 6 months. Nothing's happened. Are you still going to be doing that? People are going to tell you lots of stuff. A lot of things. A lot of things. And you're going to hear a lot of things. And that's the hard part. Being emotionally stable. Knowing that no matter what happens, you know this is going to work sooner or later, but it's going to work. So you have to persist. You have to stay. My dad says the most important part is persist. If you stay, sooner or later, the things are going to happen. Sooner or later. If you don't stay, you quit and it's not going to happen. But if you stay, whether it's 10 years from now, 20 years from now, you're going to go diamond. Whether it's at 60, 70 years old, diamond is a good income for a 70-year-old. It's a good retirement plan. Stay. Persist. All right, I was listening to a CD by Les Brown, one of my favorite motivational speakers, and he was talking about the Chinese bamboo tree. Okay, many people don't know this, but the Chinese bamboo tree, it's a hard nut to break. So when you put it in the ground, you have to water it and fertilize it for 5 years, just before the nut cracks. 5 years, every day. With one day that you don't water it and fertilize it, it's dead. So if you go 4 years and a half, the next day you don't water it, it's over. Okay? But what happens after that, after those 5 years? In 6 weeks, that nut becomes a 90-foot bamboo tree. in 6 weeks. Now, did it take 5 years or 6 weeks for that to happen? 5 years. 5 years of what? 5 years of building credibility. 5 years of learning how to do this. 5 years of showing the plan. 5 years of listening to CDs. 5 years of seeing what it is I have to do. Creating relationships. Showing people. People not believing, it doesn't matter. And sooner or later, things are going to happen. Sooner or later, in 6 weeks, you're going to have an organization that you can't believe. If you're there for those 5 years. Daily. People want things now. Good things don't come now. Instant gratification does not happen with good things. With good things. I imagine an old man, just, an old little, just watering that Chinese bamboo tree. Just watering it and watering it. And his neighbors, oh man, you're still watering that, man? It's been about 2 years and I don't see anything. It's been about 4 years and nothing's happened. You're still believing that? You're still believing about your dream? You're still believing you can achieve that? Are you serious? It's been 3 years. You haven't achieved anything. It doesn't matter because you saw it. You understood it. You know that if you persist, sooner or later, things are going to happen. So persist. Persist. Persist.
This audio is protected by copyright. All rights are reserved by Team Global USA Corp. Duplication and diffusion are prohibited. This audio is intended only for Amway IBOs and should not be used to prospect. Purchase is optional. Although the methods and techniques have worked for others, no one can guarantee that they will work for you. It's important to emphasize that success in this business requires hard work and effort. The results represented here could reflect income from sources other than the Amway business, such as earnings from educational materials, other businesses, or investments.